Alright guys, welcome to my official E3 video. I know E3 was like 2 weeks ago. I honestly forgot to film this video until like a day or two ago. But don't worry about the background footage. It doesn't really have to do with anything I'm talking about. It's a lot of really just Far Cry 4 for me getting the platinum and stuff. It's reused footage because I didn't have any other footage saved. But we're gonna get straight into everything that has happened at E3. Um, So we're starting with the first day, which was Summer Game Fest, and basically not too much happened there, to be honest. There's E3 overall this year was very disappointing. I have a few things that I'm super hyped for, but yeah, we'll get straight into it now. So we saw more Battlefield 2042. We saw gameplay, and there's going to be more here in a few weeks, I believe. But we saw some more gameplay. We saw a tornado in action. We saw a bunch of stuff. We learned that next gen is $80, I believe, or something like that. Also, next gen is 128 player lobbies, and lobbies will be filled with bots. Sometimes to make sure the lobbies stay full. Oh, okay. Next, we have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is going to be a spin off Gearbox software game, which of course is based off Borderlands series. And it's specifically based off the Tiny Tina's. Fuck, I don't remember the name of the DLC in Borderlands 2, but it was D&D inspired, and that's what this entire game is going to be about. And this, I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. After, I wasn't too crazy about it, but after seeing the trailer and hearing a little bit more about the game, I'm super excited for this one, and it's Elden Ring. So, Elden Ring is the next From Software title, and it's going to have way more story. It's open world, horse riding, horse combat, two-player co-op the entire way through. It's insane. So the story, which this is crazy to me, is actually written by George R.R. Martin, and I'm just blown away by the game. And we got an official release date at the 3 event 2, which is January 21st, 2022. So not that far away. I mean, what, 6 months, 7 months? Really close. Super excited for that. I think it's going to be an awesome game, and look out for that on the channel. I don't know if at launch, but hopefully at launch. Next is Ubisoft Forward event actually, and they announced a few things that I'm looking forward to a little bit. So there's Far Cry 6, of course. They announced the season pass, which this is not something I'm looking forward to DLC wise. You can play as Voss, Pagan, Min, and Joseph Seed, and what seems to be a series of like, those every Far Cry game has those druggy missions where you're all drugged out. It looks like it's going to be something along the lines of those, so I'm not super excited for them, but I think they might be interesting. I don't know. For right now, I personally am not hyped for that DLC, but with that season pass, they announced that they will be remastering Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. And that alone has given me enough hype to actually want to buy the season pass, not even for the actual DLCs, but for Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I'll probably just end up buying Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon separately, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. Okay, so Rainbow Six Extraction was originally called Rainbow Six Quarantine. They announced it, I want to say back in 2019, maybe? Something like that. But of course, it's a spin off to one of the most beloved events ever to take place in Rainbow Six Siege's history, and that is Outbreak. It's purely focused on that. I have a little bit more to talk about this game, too. I'm going to make another video later down the line before the game actually releases, going over everything that we know right before release. But right now, I can get into a little bit of it. So, when you pre-order the game, you get bundles for Rainbow Six Extraction, of course. And also, if you get the deluxe edition, of course, there's more bundles. But it seems like, for what Ubisoft has told us, all those bundles carry over to Rainbow Six Siege as well. So you get exclusive uniforms and weapon camos and weapon charms. And also, if you play both Rainbow Six Siege and Rainbow Six Extraction, it doesn't have a date either. Like, you don't have to play it within the first year of Rainbow Six Extraction or anything like that. But if you play both games overall, you get 18 operators, which I believe is Vigil. I believe Sledge is in there, Pulse, Tachanka, Nomad, Ella. Fuck, I can't remember all of them, but there's quite a bit of them. Also, too, Tachanka has his old, what's it called? Turret back, so that's super sick to see. But we'll have to wait and see. So another game coming out sometime this year, I don't know the exact release date, is Riders Republic. That was announced by Ubisoft. And it's a massive extreme sports game, you know what I mean? It's an MMO, but it's extreme sports. It looks interesting. Not going to be on my radar. It'll probably be a PS Plus game a year or two after it comes out anyway. Next is, of course, Mario's plus Rabbids game, Spark of Hope, was announced. Which I personally don't care about it because I don't have a Switch. Oh yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2 wasn't there again, sadly. We haven't seen the game since 2017, I think. So we'll just have to wait and see, but it sucks not being able to see Beyond Good and Evil 2. Also, the Division spinoff was not at Ubisoft event, but Ubisoft will have another Ubisoft Forward in like 2 months probably. Oh, they also announced the Avatar game coming out December 2022, I believe it was. And that I'm actually excited for. Of course, there's Avatar 2, the movie, coming out in December 2022. And then I think Avatar 320 is in 2024, and Avatar 4 is in December 2026. So it's going to correlate with the second movie coming out. Also, Prince of Persia: Sands of Times was delayed until 2022. Also, they announced that Assassin's Creed Valhalla is going to be getting a new DLC for next year. Which means, of course, we're not going to be getting an Assassin's Creed this year or next year. Of course, there's that Star Wars game that Ubisoft is working on, and that was not at E3 this year either. Alright. Next, we're off to the Xbox event, which took place, I think the 13th. Yeah, the 13th. Which they announced a lot, and it's a lot of exclusives, which means I won't be able to play any of these on my PS5, of course. So one thing they announced was Starfield. It got official release date of next year. It's Xbox and PC exclusive, and it looks cool. We didn't see much except for a teaser trailer. Forza Horizon 5 was announced coming out November 9th, I believe. And I'm excited for that, of course. I don't have a Xbox that I could play it on, but it looks cool. They also announced that Halo Infinite's multiplayer will be free to play, which is super cool. Psychonauts 2 got a release date, which I don't know what that is. And I think that's also an Xbox exclusive. There's going to be a new console version of Flight Simulator. Xbox announced a new game called Contraband, which is from Avalanche Studios, same people behind Just Cause games. But we didn't see anything on that either. Outer Worlds 2 got a teaser trailer, and it was officially revealed that it's Xbox exclusive. Bethesda, Arcane Studios, which is under Bethesda, same people who made Dishonored, things like that, are working on a vampire first-person co-op shooter called Redfall, which is also Xbox exclusive. And then that's it for Xbox, I believe. Oh yeah, there's a new Plague Tale game called Plague Tale Requiem, which will arrive in 2022 and will be Xbox exclusive. And then now we're off to Square Enix, which Square Enix, honestly, I was kind of disappointed in this year, but there was some good stuff in there as well. Guardians of the Galaxy was announced by Square Enix. It comes out, I think, November of this year. It looks cool, but again, with these superhero games, you have to be skeptical because they don't work out a lot. That's all I could say about it. There's about 15 minutes of gameplay on YouTube, so just look it up and watch it. It looks fine. I just don't know what to expect from it. Babylon's Fall is coming out as a PlayStation exclusive, and that is made by Platinum Games and Square Enix, of course. And it's going to be a game as a service thing. It's online only. And you have to, it's like a tower game, and it's going to have battle passes and new updates. And it's weird, but you have to basically start from the bottom and work your way up the tower, and it's third person co-op. So it looks weird. Oh, and then, of course, I have gameplay of this game on the channel already. Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. So this is a mix-up for Final Fantasy entirely. I'm actually super hyped for this game now after playing the demo. But basically, it's a Dark Souls Final Fantasy game. So I'm super excited for that. Don't know what to expect from the full game, but the demo was fun gameplay enough. They also announced that Life is Strange True Colors will be getting, well, like, actually, they didn't announce anything for it. They just showed it off. They just showed off gameplay and stuff about it. But yeah, there's nothing else. We didn't see Final Fantasy 16 or Forspoken or anything like that. That was announced last year, so. And then Nintendo this year announced a new Smash Bros. Fighter called, from the Tekken games, Kazuya, I think. Then Metroid Dread, the fifth mainline Metroid game, and very much not Metroid Prime 4. And Metroid Dread is the first new 2D Metroid game in a long time, I guess. I don't know, I don't follow Metroid that much. But, yeah, it's not a remake, it's a brand new game. It's actually based off of a canceled DS game. So, WarioWare Get It Together's new title, an Intelligent Systems long-running mini-game series, and the first on a home console since 2013's Game & Wario on Wii U. Advance Wars 1 and 2 gets a remake, which I actually saw some gameplay on those. They look cool. They're turn-based strategy games. Let's see. I'm pretty sure they announced that Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is already being made and will be coming out next year at some point. Guardians of the Galaxy game is actually coming to Switch, and so is Plague Tale Innocence and Plague Tale Requiem. Via Cloud Wrapper, I don't know what that means. There were a lot of other announcements. Switch exclusive Shin Megami Tensei 5 has a release date, which it doesn't say when. There's a new Mario Party game. Life is Strange series, including True Colors, is coming to Switch. Yeah, and that's it for Nintendo. Looks like PlayStation wasn't at E3 this year. But we did get a few little things announced during E3 that are for PlayStation. So Death Stranding is getting a director's cut on to PS5, bringing some next-gen enhancements such as, and as well, additional content such as cut missions, combat modes, things like that. Then there was Soul and Sacrifice, which is a sequel to 2016's Salt and Sanctuary, which is an indie title, PlayStation exclusive. It looks like it's a side-scrolling game from what I remember. I think that's it. Okay, so wait, a Plague Tale Requiem is coming to PlayStation. So I was wrong about that. And Hades is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X. I think that is actually it for E3. Oh no, I was wrong. They did announce that Resident Evil Village will be getting a DLC. They didn't say what, they just said they're developing it. Activision Blizzard gave a release date for the HD remastered Diablo 2. It's on the PlayStation, so you guys can go check that out if you want. They also showed off some Overwatch stuff, which I thought was a crappy showcase of Overwatch. It was just like shitty skins that weren't even that crazy. So it was like, what's the point of showing off these models and textures anyway? EA is gonna have an event soon. I don't know exactly when it is. EA Play Live will air on July 22nd. So July 22nd is EA. I'll make a separate video about that. And that is it. There's gonna be more stuff later in the year, but for now, there's nothing. The Tokyo Game Show is happening in September, which I'll make a video on that for sure, because the Tokyo Game Show last year actually had a lot of really good stuff in it. So I'm excited to see what'll be in there this year. But with that said, guys, yeah, this has been my E3 video. Just going over some things. Not much speculation. If you guys want me to make a video speculating certain things, certain games, let me know. But with that said, guys, stay safe. And yeah, peace out.